Hi guys, let's take a look at this question where we have a small ball that is dropped from a height of 2 meters and it bounces a few times after landing on cement floor. They give us this time position versus time graph that is not drawn to scale to represent the motion of this ball. So the ball drops from here and it drops down, up, down, up, down. Right, so you can decide whether you're taking up as positive or down as positive. I'll take up as positive and down as negative. So 3.1, define the term free fall. So free fall is the motion of an object under the influence of gravity only. So it's the only force that's acting on an object is gravity. That is free fall. 3.2, use the graph and determine 3.2.1, the time that the ball is in contact with the floor before the first bounce. All right, so let's see. So the ball is dropped from this 2 meters and then it hits the floor, the cement floor there. And then he's in contact with the floor for that time period before he bounces again. So how can we calculate the time he's in contact with the floor? You take this time, the time he starts bouncing again, minus the time he falls to the ground, the ball that is. So we can just take 0.67 minus 0.64 because that is the contact time with the cement floor. So he stays on the ground for 0.03 seconds before the first bounce. That's the first bounce there. 3.2.2. The time it takes the ball to reach its maximum height after the first bounce. So after the first bounce, right there. So how do we calculate that time? All right. So what we can do is we can say time, the change in time. Do you see the first bounce that's the first bounce. So the change in time is 1.90 and 0.67. And we divide that by 2 and we get the time to be 0.62 seconds. Okay. Then that's the time it takes to reach that maximum height after the first ball, the first bounce. 3.2.3. The speed at which the ball leaves the floor at the first bounce. So remember, this is the first bounce, right? What is the speed that he leaves the ball with? So we want the initial velocity. All right. So we have to use our motion formulas here. And I would suggest let's just use this formula, right? The easier one. And because I'm taking up as positive, my formula will look like this. My final velocity will be 0. My initial velocity is what I want. Then I'm going to add my acceleration. Remember that acceleration is the gravitational force, is gravity, right? So I'm just going to minus 9.8. And I'm going to times that by the time I just calculated, 0.62 seconds. And I'll do my mathsy calculations and I'll get my initial velocity to be 0.08 meters per second. And that is the speed at which this ball leaves the floor after that first bounce or at that first bounce. And that is it, guys. See you.